I can't wait to introduce you to my next guest, who was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma when he was 28 years old. Now, these days, Aaron Fields is surviving and thriving. He's a visual designer at Smith Brothers Farm and is using his creativity and passion to support cancer research. Aaron joins me now, and he's brought some strawberry milk with him, which I actually find delightful. So cheers to you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So we'll get to the strawberry milk in a second because I'm a bit parched.
Yep.
But first, let's talk about you. You were diagnosed with lymphoma, which is a blood cancer, when you were 28 years old.
Yeah.
You know, usually you hear lymphoma associated with children. I know Children's does a lot of work on this. How did you know you were ill?
You know, I was actually living in California at the time, and I just had a lot of health symptoms that were going on, things that I just knew something was wrong, something wasn't right, and so I decided that I had to come back home and figure out what was happening. So, you know, we went to see a lot of different doctors, heard everything from bursitis, and, you know, I saw that there was like a swelling right here in my lymph node, and just other health pains and things like that going on, and ultimately they did a biopsy and decided that it was cancer.
And so the reason you ended up getting to where you were is you advocated yourself, because you kept getting no conclusive answers, right?
Yeah.
Which is one of these situations where some people may give up and then go back, and it's devastating. Yeah. But you kept fighting. It had to be a shock to get that news at 28. Like, you're starting your life, you're starting your career, and boom. Now what?
Yeah, it's a life-changing experience for sure. I mean, it's like your life changes in a flash, you know, when you start to think of all the things that you wanted to do, that you still want to do, and then, like, what does this mean in terms of, you know, am I going to be here to complete those things? Or, you know, where's my life going to go from this point on?
Yeah. So you got your diagnosis and you went to Hutch, and I think it's so important that you really advocated for yourself, because I think a lot of times when we're not feeling good, we don't go to the doctor. So I'm so glad that you and your mother pushed the issue and kept going to the doctor. Your mom and you start this journey. Tell us what that was like and what your treatment entailed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I go back to the moment when I remember I got that diagnosis, and it was such an immediate thing. They said, you know, you have time to go home and maybe grab some clothes, but you have to start treatments today. You have to be admitted today. Thankfully, my mom was there. She's been with me 100% of the way through the whole time. And I just remember that car ride back home thinking in my mind, okay, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get through this, because there's more for me to do. There's more for me to do while I'm here.
Your mom.
Yeah.
So what was the treatment like? What did you have to go through?
Yeah, I went through, you know, many rounds of chemo. It had kind of went into remission at that point, and then it actually came back, and so they had to treat it again more aggressively. And so then I went through more rounds of chemo, even radiation, and ultimately a stem cell transplant.
Stem cell transplant. Yeah. Some of the research that's being done. How are you doing now?
Great. I'm living my life. I'm thriving. I'm doing even better than before. I'm just so grateful to still be here and doing the things that I'm doing now. I'm
just so glad that you came up here from California to go to our medical centers, because that is what is so important. So let's talk about what's happening now.
Yeah.
So you started working for Smith Brothers, and there's this thing called the Drink Pink campaign. You didn't launch it, but you've now taken the reins. What's it all about?
Right, yeah, so they started it back in 2014. I started with the company in 2015. Drink Pink started as a way to remember Norma Smith, who is the Smith family matriarch.
Oh.
She passed away from breast cancer, and so they do this in the month of May in remembrance of her. And as well as, you know, our employees, our customers, and their families who have been impacted by cancer. So every month through the month of May, we bring in strawberry milk.
Try some.
Every purchase of the strawberry milk, we donate $1 for breast cancer research.
Oh my gosh, that takes me right back to childhood. I'm not even supposed to drink milk, but I'm drinking this. It's so good. Oh my gosh, that's so good. It's like childhood right there. All right, let's talk about the pilot program that you're working on right now.
Yeah.
That is helping bring pantry supplies to cancer patients, which is so key.
Yeah. Fred Hutch has been a wonderful partner. You know, with the Drink Pink campaign and the way we've been able to grow it, you know, we just really developed a strong partnership with them.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning of this year, we started a pilot program where we use our weekly delivery service to donate groceries to their Ben Key family house. And that houses people that are going through their cancer treatments.
Yeah. That's important. You and I were talking a little bit off camera. I was saying that when my mom was going through cancer treatments, I can imagine someone going through that alone. I mean, you're sick, you can't get food, and how is it important is it to be able to bring like the basic necessities to someone who's going through this, even for the people who have support, their families are. But it's hard on everyone. How important is that?
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, you know, your body, you're fighting for your life, and your body needs all the nourishment that it can have in order to do that. And so to be able to provide, you know, healthy food options, you know, fresh dairy, produce, and those things like that to people that are going through this, I think is very crucial and critical for their health.
Yeah. Another incredible cancer program I know is done at Swedish Hospital, and I know some folks come from out of town there as well. And you don't have the ability to know where you are in a community, so having this available is incredible. Yes,
I agree. I mean, you know, just having those resources, we've heard, you know, even from patients themselves that just said, you know, it's amazing to have this, you know, and I'm going through, you know, appointments all day long and I don't have time to go to the grocery store. It's such, you know, a great thing to be able to just go to the pantry and grab these items.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. I mean, this has got to be a full circle moment for you.
Definitely. Again, I go back to that moment when I was riding in that car and I'm thinking in my head, I'm going to do whatever I have to get through this. And there's more for me to do while I'm still here. Well, this is the more that I was supposed to do.
This is it right here. I love it. I'm going to give you another cheers because this is so good. You grab the milk. It's good. It's so delicious. I'm going to have to. How long will this be around, by the way? Just through May?
So the Drink Pink campaign goes through the month of May. Strawberry milk usually will run sometime through through June. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for everything you're doing, for everything you've shared with us today, and for bringing the strawberry milk, because this is really delicious.
You're so welcome.
And thank you, my friends, for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content. You can always send us an email to share your thoughts, but most important, get out there and enjoy your new day. We'll see you next time.